Right, so we're back at the stone making machine. I'm going to bucket the water, bucket the lava out, just so that I don't end up making a mess when I start smashing bits. So there's going to be a piston there, and that's going to be pushing the stone along to make a footbridge once the stone comes out of the machine, and then behind this bit of stone there'll be another piston. So you just smash that glass and piston goes in, and that will be pushing the stone out of the machine. So each time the stone gets pushed out, another piece should end up appearing back there. Right, and just skipped a bit of the video because I felt the need to go off and find some earth to fill in that gap. So what I'm doing now is just wiring up that same setup that I did in the last video to alternate between the two pistons. So you've got a lever connected to the first piston, and then I'll just make a NOT gate using a torch. So take the power from that torch to that second piston. So that piston will activate, the first one will still be off. And flicking that lever should, there we go, alternate those two pistons. So now we're ready to fill up the machine again with the lava and with the water. So stone gets made, and then flicking the switch pushes the stone out. Flicking it again will open up, another piece of stone gets made. Now if I keep flicking the switch, it should keep pushing a piece of stone out to make the bridge, generating a new piece of stone, pushing another piece of stone out, like that. So the last thing we need to do is we need to get our self-repairing bridge machine going by itself, because at the minute we just have to keep pulling a lever to get it to work. So we're going to use redstone repeaters to do this. And redstone repeaters do three different things. They act like a signal booster. I think redstone lasts for about 7 blocks in a row. So if you put 7 lines of redstone with a power supply, the power supply will die out by the time it reaches the end. So you can use a repeater in the middle of a circuit of redstone to boost the signal and keep it going. And they also work with a delay on them. So there's those 2 little nodules on there. And when they're together like that, there's no delay. So I'm just going to set this up, put a lever there. And then when I move them apart, there's actually a delay there. So when you turn on the power, there'll be a tiny delay between turning it on and the power passing through. So you can see the door just has a very slight lag in response. And then put it together and it's instant. And that's the mode that you would use just to boost redstone signals. And then the third thing they do is they act like a diode, as it says in the description, which means they only let power through in one direction. So if you try and pass power through into this side of the repeater, that blocked side, it won't allow any power through. So when we turn the lever on, it will just stop there. And this is just to show you the delay again. Now, delay is going to be the important part of this automatic ticking on and off, because what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 repeaters in a row connected to a NOT gate, and the delay will mean that the torch will actually be able to turn itself off and turn itself on again automatically. I'll just show you it working. Oh, I actually need that block. Okay, never mind. So, 2 repeaters joined together on the end with redstone, so the power will go into one and out of the other. Well, out of one into the other. And we'll just power it up with a torch, and it will do nothing. Well, actually, that's a lever. Yeah. So put a torch there, and it will still do nothing because they're actually being blocked. The torch comes out of that bottom side and goes into that first repeater there, which was facing the wrong direction. So if I put it in the correct direction, power goes into the first repeater, round into a second, into the block, which turns the torch off. So torch on, torch off, torch on, torch off. I'll just go through how that's working again. So the power comes out of the torch into the first repeater, delayed, into a second with a delay, and then once the delays are finished, it will go into the block, which will turn off the torch. And while the torch is off, obviously it can't keep itself turned off because it's no longer on to... yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like the grandfather paradox. So now it's all ticking over on its own. We just need to fix it up to the main machine. We'll just replace the lever on our machine with a link to our automated power supply. Now I'm trying to pass power through a block here, but it doesn't work like that. You can't pass it through a block and out the other side. So I need to complete it with redstone. No, you needed that one. Put it back. Thank you. And there we have it, ticking on and off by itself. Now actually this is the way it worked in my bridge video, and you can see it does get itself stuck sometimes where, there, see it's going too fast to be able to generate the stone. And it does get itself sorted, there you go, it's sorted itself out, but it can get a bit stuck. And I fixed that by making the